Hi book fans, I'm doing some reviews and these are reviews for other people that I've read and reviewed. So this is review 106 of over 350 and it's The Fifth to Die by J.D. Barker. And the first thing I want to say before I read this review is that I read the first book in the series, The Fourth Monkey by J.D. Barker, one of my favourite books ever. I loved it and I couldn't wait to read this. Mainstream books, very, very popular. Couldn't wait to read this one. My review might be quite surprising. So bearing in mind that The Fourth Monkey is one of my favourite books ever, absolutely excellent. Get it, grab it, read it, it's brilliant. So The Fifth to Die is the second book in the trilogy and it's The Fifth to Die by J.D. Barker. So very disappointing. This would have received a solid 3 stars if it hadn't been for that last page. For that, I gave it only my second ever 1 star. Shame on you, author. I waited several years for this book. I read The Fourth Monkey and loved it. It works as a standalone, and for anybody wanting a good thriller, I urge you to buy it. It was fantastic. I also warn you not to bother with this one. I want to be fair to the author. The first book I read was amazing. Because of my waiting time between the one I read and this due to time commitments, I'd have said he'd overtaken Dean Koontz as my favourite author. That's why this one mattered so much. I actually cared. I mainly read indie authors as part of my work and see it as a refreshing change and a huge treat to read something mainstream. I couldn't wait to get into this book and held it back until I went on holiday. I'd read 104 books since the first one in the series, and it was like coming to it new. I had to reconnect with the story and the characters, and frankly, I didn't. This one carries on immediately from the last one. I was 2/3 of the way through the book and still struggling to remember who was who. Every character seemed to merge into every other. We picked up on the ice pretty much where where the last one ended. I didn't care about the victims or the characters, and everything seemed so long-winded and drawn out. I found the book overwritten with too many eyes going wide and cocked eyebrow sentences that were empty and said nothing. In the last third, it picked up a bit. I couldn't put The Fourth Monkey down. If it was overwritten, I didn't notice because the story was that good. It was hard to believe that these 2 books were written by the same person. I wouldn't go so far as to say I was madly into it, but in the last third, at least I knew which character was which, and it was a reasonably enjoyable read. And I turned the page. For that reason, I deem this book a waste of time. I don't care who did it. What a damn shame. Please, author, finish this series and write something new to your original standard and give them a beginning, middle and end. I'd go as far as to say series writing may not be for you, and to write punchy, brilliant standalone novels. You'd regain a fan in me. You turn the last page. To be continued. No conclusion, no end to the story, just to be continued. Halfway through the drama. Not fair. I felt cheated. I bought this one and I felt as though I'd wasted my money. I think it was a cheap shot by the author. To make sure he gets readers for the 3rd book, he didn't finish this one, and for that reason I've never bothered with the 3rd one. I was really quite angry about it. And as I say, it's only the second 1-star review I've given in my life. Thank you very much. Nice chat.